So they did good, huh? All right, well, I want to make sure that we get to your questions as well, so I'm going to bring out everybody, and we'll throw a couple to them, and then I'm going to get you guys going. So let's bring out showrunners and co-EPs Julie Plec and Brett Matthews. Daddy Saltzman, Matt Davis. Danielle Rose Russell. Arya Shagashemi. Jenny Boyd. Kaylee Bryant. Quincy Faust. And Peyton Alex Smith. All right, well, congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Hi, congratulations. All right, so why back to Mystic Falls? I'm figuring after 8 seasons of Vampire Diaries, 5 seasons of the originals, you could do any show you want. What is it about Mystic Falls that keeps drawing you back?
Well, there's just something so warm and comforting about it. It's a world that keeps giving back in a lot of ways creatively, and this show is what the Vampire Diaries was before it was the Vampire Diaries in terms of voice and sort of and craziness and all the stuff that we're gonna do. Everything that I always thought the Vampire Diaries would be has been able to come and circle back around to what we're doing here. So it just feels like it's a lot of fun.
And I was gonna say, there's a lot of lightness in this one. There's a lot of like humor. These characters are really likable. Do you feel like a lightness in the writing room? Is there something going on here?
I mean, this is like, I wrote this one and I'm not that funny, but Brett joined after this and he's really funny. And so as each episode goes on, the show just gets lighter and brighter. And just, we're having a good time with the comedy in a way that we never got to in the other 2 shows and as much. You know, I mean, Damon obviously was always the best with the snarky one-liner, but this is... We really wanted to like embrace our inner Buffy and just have a good time.
Yeah, I think half Julie's job is just like cutting out half of my terrible jokes. But it's funny,
but they're so good.
We were like really worried about would the tones play together, and what we found is even if we go lighter, which the show is unquestionably funnier, all the stuff we used to do great still works with it. It's like a beautiful combination.
Yeah, you've got the good
lighter,
balance,
but still dark and romantic and twisted and weird.
Yeah, and I love that. Like, I love how much fun you're having with like the boarding school of it all.
Yeah.
You know, like that dynamic and that ecosystem. And my mind is still being blown by Matt. Can you believe how far Rick has come?
Cool guy.
Like, first of all, can you believe Rick is still alive?
I can't. No, no. A little older, a little wiser.
So responsible.
Thank you. Yeah. No, here we are.
Yeah. So how has he changed since we last saw him?
Man. I mean, he's definitely entered a whole new realm of responsibility. He has a whole new purpose in terms of setting these kids up for what they have to face. I think he genuinely is coming from a place of love, and you'll see as the show develops that he will lay his life down on the line for these kids.
Mm-hmm. Is he more a Dumbledore, or, you know, like, where would you put him on the headmaster scale?
Yeah, somewhere between Professor X and Dumbledore, I guess.
Okay, all right. There you go. Okay. Danielle, this is one of the main legacy characters. What kind of responsibility do you have playing her now? And what part of the tribrid, what third of it do you like the most?
I mean, we haven't got to explore all 3 yet, right? So, I mean, there's another element to it that I would really love to explore, Julie Plec. I really want to. I've been begging her. Yeah, I mean, the newest responsibility for me is just kind of recreating her 2 years later. While we have a history with her, we have 5 seasons of history with Hope. And then, you know, all that's happened in season 5 to her, it's still creating her new identity while keeping that history alive.
All right, first I need to leap over to Arya. Did you know that we were going to find out this about him?
What?
Like when you were brought in, did you know that we were going to find out that he might not be what we thought he was?
I mean, I knew when I read it, but when I was auditioning for Landon, I had no idea.
Yeah. So because now having seen it and then knowing what he might be up to, those scenes where he's interested in Hope seem to take on two levels. Would you say that he is interested in her both romantically and possibly nefariously?
I don't know if I can tell you that.
All right, okay. And now
I don't know if he knows.
Oh, okay, all right. All right, twinsies, how are you guys?
Good. How are you?
All right. Being the principal's daughter is never easy, but I really like the dynamic between these two. It seems like they're actually very supportive, which we don't often see, especially when it's twin characters. What can you tell us about their dynamic and how it changes or grows?
I think, yeah, the dynamic is really beautiful. They obviously rely on each other a lot. There's a push and pull there, definitely, in their own ways.
I mean, yeah, Josie is kind of the type of person that wants Lizzie to be as happy as possible, even if it kind of hinders Josie in a lot of ways. And I think that that's kind of a push and pull that you see throughout the season of kind of whether or not Lizzie kind of gives back the way that Josie will in the relationship, I guess.
Okay, all right. Quincy?
What's up?
Our lovelorn vampire boy. First of all, not a role model. The whole she's just available thing. Don't you have Twitter? Not okay this time.
You're right, and I'm sorry.
Right.
That's all anybody needed to say, right?
Exactly.
This last week?
He gets drawn into this scandalous little love bite, basically. Is he as sweet as we think he is?
Listen, hold on. Milton, okay, is a person that's searching for love, which makes him very easy to manipulate. Y'all, don't be looking at me like I'm a shark, okay? I got. I'm back here, okay? Jeez.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
And Peyton,
so yes.
Peyton, you're the new wolf on campus. Yes.
Yes.
What is this guy's take on all of this craziness? Because he's just found out, oh, you're a werewolf, and welcome to the world of crazy. And here's a boarding uniform suit.
It's actually been a crazy ride for, I think, him and Landon. Like, we go through it kind of together, and but we're separate throughout the first episode. But I think he's still trying to take in the fact that, oh, I just changed yesterday, and oh, my girlfriend's gone. So he's just trying to process everything, and he's meeting all these new people. So yeah, I don't.
And possibly not the best time for a girl to be hitting on him.
Sorry.
Lizzie,
Timing, honey, timing.
Jenny.
I gotta make my moves, man, you know? I gotta get in there
gotta
fast.
give me a
It's fresh
sec.
meat.
Right, exactly. You eat or
Fresh.
starve. All right, so Julie and Brett, tell us, so I want to get to your audience, so if you guys want to line up, we'll get to as many as possible. But let's talk about the campus, the environment, and what are we going to see coming forward?
Well, the first couple episodes, we actually play a nice balance between what's going on at the school and what's going on in the town of Mystic Falls. We've had a really good time with imagining, our heroes from Vampire Diaries, Elena, Caroline, and Bonnie, back in high school, are now like the local townies, and they're dicks. They're terrible, terrible people, the local high school kids, and they just tease and mock the school for rich kids, troubled rich kids. So we're having a lot of fun dealing with the dynamic between the two groups.
Right. Now, all your Vampire Diaries people are the ones who are like, get off my yard!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
Will any of these kids have learned from their family members not to go to a Founders Day party?
Probably.
Because, my God, they never end well, so just stick to your, keggers.
They will probably go, and it will probably not end well.
Yeah.
If I had to guess. I mean, we haven't done it.
All right, well, let's go. Here we go.
Good morning.
My name is Matthew. I've been following the show for almost 10 years. That's, the series that has been out. It's phenomenal. It's gotten me through so many of my hardest times. But I'm going to skip to my questions. I have one quick question and one serious-ish one. My first quick question is, what point in time does this show take place? What year, kind of? 'Cause there's a lot of time jumps.
If the answer was given as it really is, there would be a butterfly effect problem. So we're just gonna say it's in a timeless moment. in the future since last we saw Mystic Falls.
Awesome.
Time doesn't exist in Mystic Falls.
Exactly.
And my second question is, at the end of season 8 of TVD, we seen Steve McQueen at the Salvatore School. It looked like he was training hunters or something, but we didn't have any mention of that. Is there going to be any history of that, like getting pushed out, or are they not there and just not spoken of?
Yeah, what we have Jeremy doing now is out. He's out in the field, and he'll pop up in a couple episodes. You'll get to see him. And he's doing.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Julie, you genius. You just keep pumping out TV shows that are so great. I've been following it since I was in the 7th grade, and now I'm about to graduate college. So I really care about this show. My question is, I guess everyone can answer it, but mainly probably Julie. If you can have anyone over the course of the Vampire Diaries and the originals to come back to teach a class at the Salvatore School, and I mean anyone dead, alive, Lexi, Davina, Kai, who would it be, why, and what would they teach?
Catherine.
I would like.
Yes.
Sex ed.
I would like Kai Parker to teach detention.
Me too. Me too.
Hi, very nice to meet all of you. Julie, I'm a big fan. I've been following since the Vampire Diaries. So my question is for you. What's it been like to see all of the characters and the storyline going from the Vampire Diaries to now, and just the changes and how much the story has grown, the whole world? What's it been like for you?
It's incredible. I read a lot of books when I was a kid, and I mean, I would read like every Nancy Drew, every Sweet Valley High, every like books that were like 20, 30, 40 deep in series, every young adult series that existed. And what I loved about reading books is this feeling that you could live with these characters forever, that there could always be another chapter. And so to be able to execute that on the small screen in a way that, usually, look, obviously Supernatural knows how to do it for 13, 14 years, which good on them, but to be able to like live and breathe with these characters and the children of these characters is just a thrill emotionally.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline. So my question is actually for Matt. So what do you think it's like for Alaric to be kind of raising these twins that are supernatural? And yes, he's been around the supernatural world a lot, but to have that responsibility of these girls who obviously have these intense powers that can hurt people, what kind of responsibility do you feel like he holds for that?
Well, it's a real responsibility. As you can see, it's deadly if it gets out of hand. So that's one of my favorite scenes where we're doing the singing bowl meditation. So yeah, I mean, what I love about the show is having the girls grown now and seeing their distinct personalities emerge and the relationships that are forming around them. So I mean, as the parent, headmaster, guardian, mentor, I mean, it's high stakes, and that's the other thing I loved about the scene with Landon, where it's like I would love to have you here, but it's just not safe. It's really the bottom line. So it is, I think, a perilous position in many ways as a human. Like he's got to maintain order and have respect. Otherwise, there could be a mutiny, and there wouldn't be much left of poor Alaric.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, my name's Lizzie. I've been a fan since the beginning. And my question's for Julie. It's involving Matt Donovan. He spent all the seasons of the Vampire Diaries kind of reconciling his hatred of the supernatural, but like his friends all being involved. But now he's the sheriff of the town. And he doesn't seem like he's going to be dealing with any of the Salvatore School bullshit. What is his whole role in this, and will he work for them or against them?
I think both. I think he'll work for them as long as they're not presenting a problem. But if bodies start to drop in town with animal attack wounds, he's going to have something to say about it. So it's good. Actually, it puts him and Alaric in a good place for some tension, a long history between them that could go south if Sheriff Donovan starts to get opinions about what these kids are capable of.
I think one of my favorite details about Donovan, I don't know if you caught it on the show, is that he loads the coffee at the gas station with Vervain, so people don't even know they're just passing through drinking Vervain coffee.
Thank you.
Hi, this is for all the cast members, especially the new ones. What was it like having to be a part of this world that you haven't been a part of before, since you're all playing new characters? What drew you to that role?
It's interesting because obviously there's people like you who have watched the series from the very beginning and have a very strong opinion on how the twins should be and how Hope should be and how these new characters should kind of fit into this. And it creates a lot of pressure, but I think that we all kind of walked in really excited about the new material and just kind of there's a time to take in that pressure and really use it to kind of move forward, and there's a time to say, let's create something really cool and something really new.
One of the more interesting things with the show is listening to the cast talk about how they were fans when they were younger, and now they're a part of the show.
I know for me, like, one, it was dope coming into this like huge family that's been established within this show, and it's crazy. Like from the fandom to the cast itself, it's pretty solid. And for me, like the biggest part that's affected me out of the whole thing has been my friends that have watched it from being a kid. They're like so upset with me that I have not been a part of it the whole way through. And they're like, how could you not? You don't know who that's Lizzie Saltzman. You're friends with Josie Saltzman? Are you serious? And I'm just like, yeah, no, it's a good time. But like, but now I understand like the gravity of it, and it's just dope being a part of everything, so yeah.
It's really interesting because like especially with Hope, but even with the Saltzman twins too, is that we've, been established characters for so long, but they're really their age. They're 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids with these supernatural abilities, and they don't really know how to handle it. How the Vampire Diaries in the originals explored supernatural beings was like 200-year-old vampires, 1,000-year-old vampires who, were more composed and knew how to handle things a little bit better, but we're able to make those decisions without the youth getting in the way, essentially. So you're following these kids who were given these supernatural abilities not because it's necessarily right or wrong or fair, but they're just trying to figure it out. And so you end up falling in love with these characters, but to second on what Kaylee said, they make mistakes. They're teenage kids at the end of the day. So you fall in love with them, you get mad at them, you cry with them, you laugh with them, and it's really beautiful.
Thank you all.
All right, so first thing I gotta say, wow, you guys really love triangles. Like really, first season, Elena, Damon, and Stefan. Next season, Klaus, Elijah, and Haley. Next, looks like the twins and the new werewolf.
Yep.
Wow. All right.
Hey.
All right, hi, my name is Nicole, and I have two questions. I have one for Julie and then one for the cast in general. So my first question is, will we be seeing any of the original characters, like from the Vampire Diaries, and maybe even their children?
Anyone's children in particular you might be asking about. I absolutely think that in the life of this show that there could be a beautiful young Bennett or a delightful young Salvatore. Right now they're not there yet, because they haven't needed such educational guidance from Dr. Saltzman, but the door is wide open.
Also, when you guys were auditioning for your roles, how did you guys feel?
I was very nervous. Go ahead.
I genuinely was really nervous. Thank you very much, Matt Davis. I was really nervous, and I saw in the breakdown that Julie Plec was going to be in the room, and I was like, oh yeah, right, Julie Plec's going to be in the room. And then I walked in, and you were actually there. But yeah, no, I was I watched it since I was 15, so I knew exactly what was going on, and I was very nervous.
Way back then, right?
I mean.
That being said,
Look,
we
Brett.
didn't have like code names, so it was all like fake, lines to learn for the audition.
Yeah,
and
fake
names and everything. So we didn't know exactly what it was, but Kaylee figured it out.
Yeah, I did.
All right, thank you.
Excellent. And, unfortunately, this has to be the last one. I'm sorry.
Oh, boo.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. So kind of playing off of what she just said about the love triangles, I wanted to know, Julie, from you and from the twins, what kind of dynamic this is about to be, because I can already see a Damon and a Stefan in the two of you. And just because I could see that you are more of, okay, my sister has to be good kind of thing, but you like him, and you're more of the demon crazy, kill everybody kind of thing. So I just want to know if that's going to be what you're trying to do.
I think that anytime you have twins who think they know everything about each other and have no secrets from each other, and then you have one twin who wants nothing more than to make her other twin happy. When she realizes she has this crush on the same guy, I think it's less so than a battle of a love triangle, more so of an emotional decision she's going to have to make about whether even to let herself pursue it or enjoy it at all, and probably secretly waiting for the moment when her sister kind of wakes up and realizes she's not the only girl in the universe, And so it's a codependent plight more than anything else in the beginning.
All right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And you're super into duality. I think.
Yes, that's true.
Don't make me laugh.
We're gonna break the
Don't make me laugh,
makeup.
my face will fall off.
Without a doubt.
Excellent. Well, on that, we have to wrap. I'm so sorry.
So you guys loved it, right? Yeah, all right.